Australia bans social media. Those who are under 16 cannot have access to social media accounts. As a philosopher, as I've been researching for over 35 years, I know I'm a professor, I'm a philosopher, I'm a psychologist. I know many other things. I spent all my life researching, and I mixed a number of children and others. And I have some meditation every day, and I understand the side effects that are more severe than the side effects if they use social media, especially Facebook. Everybody talks against Facebook, and I don't, because a lot of other factors are also necessary. You have to calculate. And if you're not a philosopher, if you're not a researcher, it's not easy for you to understand. Those who are in high positions, those who are high ups, do not know everything. Some truth is not what people think it's true, but those who have the depths, the insights, pros and cons of different factors understand. But those who decide are not that much philosophical. There are so many things happening inside a person's mind. When you stop them from using Facebook, bar them from using Facebook or other social media, they will resort to other bad effects, bad sectors. You cannot control the bad all the time exclusively. If you close all doors and windows, if you don't want to let the lies in, you can't get the truth in. There are side effects. One of my students, I told her, don't study unless you turn your television on, because you need distraction. You lost your mother, you're alone, you live alone, and you are the only dose of your mother. So most of the time you're alone. And as you lost your mother, you cannot concentrate on study. You have to turn the television. At the time, no social media. At the time, there was only the access to television. So if you close the doors of the lies, if you close the doors of distraction, it has worse detrimental effect. Smoking is bad, detrimental to health. But there are so many people do this because of something that is worse than smoking. So Australia already banned, in a way, smoking in public place. There are other things, but now they are experimenting that the students, the children under 16, should not have the media access. It's not going to help. I don't think so. I'm not a regular person. I don't do things like others. I brood, I ponder over something, I research, I'm a professor, and I listen to BBC over 33,000 hours. And I stopped it long back because now we have better channels, better things. I use YouTube. I got a number of YouTube channels and over 300 Facebook pages just to make the students come into this. It's not worse than other bad things. So it has better things. A lot of bad sites, if you let children use social media, it's true. But if you stop them from using these, it will even have worse detrimental, more detrimental effect. So to my understanding, this is not a good decision. They may try, they may go for some time, but it's not going to work. Children will go astray. And social media is not just entertainment, it's also helpful. It's the world of information. Everything is there. Even for their studies, they need Facebook, they need social media, they need internet access. You cannot stop right now. It's not possible. I don't want electricity. I don't want mobile phone. I don't want Facebook, everything. I always wish I was born long back so that everyone was together, they had good time, they would have fun together. So one era doesn't really help me. I don't want it. But as you cannot stop everything, as the world is using the social media, if you only stop Australian youngsters from using it, there will be severe consequences, detrimental effect. What you see is not that much. What you don't see is much worse. So visible something is little, invisible something is much higher. Air cannot be seen, but it has serious consequences. It can break windows, it can break buildings, anything it comes to. So the detrimental effect is not that easy for you to understand in the earlier stage of your research or whatever. But if you go deep inside the research, philosophy, psychology, you will find that there's worse consequences because of banning children under 16 using social media accounts. I cannot guarantee, but my philosophy tells, my psychology tells, I'm a legend. I don't want to tell you that I'm a legend, but I believe I am because for over 35 years, I've been brooding, isolating myself, researching, and all this stuff. I've been teaching since I was very young. And I always do this. I have got 300 or more Facebook pages, number of YouTube channels, TikTok. Why? It's because I want to put the lessons through these children so that they can come to a better place. If there were When there was nothing like this, when there were no social media accounts, everything was fine. No Facebook, nothing is necessary. You're at home with your people, with your children, with your spouses. You have good time. Don't want to learn anything. You just have very good time. In hill tracks in Bangladesh, when the electricity went there, I didn't like it. When the mobile tower went there, I didn't like it because they are absolutely fine. They don't need schooling that much like the Aborigines. I understand there are good sides in modern society, but there are bad sides as well. You don't know how much detrimental it is because of the women. Women have been really using, and a lot of boys, a lot of men always have contact with women, and there are so many bad effects. I got 15,000 videos. I have researched and I have put a lot of things in my videos. So I cannot blame the Australian authority. I have no right. But as a tiny person, as I have researched, you always think of money, you always think of getting good results, getting a job. I'm not after them. I'm after the knowledge, philosophical knowledge. Socrates, I'm the follower of Socrates. I love Plato. I believe in the knowledge of Aristotle. He wrote over 400 books on different genres. I like Rabindranath wrote all the things. So many songs, so many short stories, so many things, so many poems. I mean, he's the best literature, but he didn't write a sonnet because it takes time. It's no use. If he wrote a sonnet, if he wrote an epic, I'm sorry, if he wrote an epic, it would kill a lot of time. He could have missed a number of poems, a number of short stories, and some novels. So he did not do it because he knows for a man it's not that easy to write an epic and do many other things. And people don't read an epic. People read short poetry, short stories, novels like this. So the situation is changed. I wish I were born 200 years ago. At the time, there were no social media. There were no electricity, Facebook accounts, all other things. I would have been much happy. I always tell. But as the situation has changed, all of a sudden, if you stop it, it's not going to help. So this is what my opinion, as I've been researching, as I'm a legend, as I say, I have 15,000 videos, and most of them are on these subjects: English language, literature, social, philosophical, psychological ideas. They all replete with this. So I don't know. You can consider me foolish or whatever, but try to understand. You may have the ban for some days and find out the effect. You can't see, it's not visible, the bad effect that will have because of banning the social media. It's not visible. But there are a lot of restrictions. If you go in the abyss of philosophy, psychology of children, you can't help them without the access to the social media. Yes, parents should be careful, teachers should be careful so that children don't misuse. And if you stop the social medias, they will resort to some bad media, worse media, pornography, and so many other media that's going to even have worse consequences.